Hey everybody, and welcome to the Cannabis Kitchen. Today we're going to be making buffalo chicken tenders. Hello everybody, I am so excited because today we're going to be making one of my favorite things in the world, cannabis infused buffalo chicken tenders. So to do this, we are going to be infusing a buffalo sauce with a cannabis infused butter that I made yesterday specifically for this recipe. And to determine how much THC I needed in the butter for this buffalo sauce, I went ahead and plugged everything I knew into equation 3. I decided I wanted about 5 milligrams of THC per tablespoon, and our recipe is going to give us about 16 tablespoons of buffalo sauce when it's all said and done. So we just go ahead, solve for X, and that's going to give us about 80 milligrams of THC total. Now, our buffalo sauce recipe calls for 6 tablespoons of butter, but during the extraction to account for loss, I went ahead and started with 7 tablespoons. Now, throw that butter in the fridge until it's solidified and cold, because it's very important that you add it cold to the buffalo sauce. So now to a pot over a medium heat, we are going to add half a cup of Frank's Red Hot, 2 tablespoons of white vinegar, and then we're going to start to add our cold butter. The reason that we want to add this cold is because it aids in the emulsification process. So for whatever reason, if you tried to melt the butter first before you added the vinegar and the hot sauce, then your sauce is likely to break. Now, once all of your butter is melted, give it a good whisking, and then it's time to add our spices as our sauce comes up to a simmer. So the spices are garlic powder, onion powder, and cayenne pepper. I'd say about half a tablespoon to a tablespoon of each. It's up to you. And then we're going to kill the heat once it reaches a simmer and whisk it up one more time really well. And then we're going to set this off to the side while we cook our chicken. Now, we are going to take our very roided out chicken breasts and we're going to cut them into tendies. We want to make sure that we get our chicken tenders all about the same size when we cut them so that they will all cook through evenly. Then we're going to crack 2 eggs into a bowl, and if you can, do it one-handed and show off because it's cool. I didn't get any shells in that egg. Now whisk that up for about 20 to 30 seconds. Then we're going to start with our flour mix, which is 2 cups of flour, 4 tablespoons of cornstarch, and then we're going to start to add our spices. And with this too, I can't really tell you exactly how much I normally put in it because I usually just eyeball it, but I would say it's probably 1.5 to 2 tablespoons of each being paprika or paprika, salt, fresh cracked pepper, garlic powder, cayenne pepper, and I did even throw in a teaspoon of MSG because hell yeah, dude. And then we're going to mix everything up until all of our spices and cornstarch is evenly distributed throughout the flour. And now in batches, we are going to throw our chicken strips into our flour mix first, get them thoroughly covered in the flour, shake off any excess flour, and then we're going to get them into our egg. We'll do the same with them, make sure that they are thoroughly covered in the egg, then we're going to shake off any excess egg, and they're going to go back into our flour mix. And we will repeat that process. We're going to make sure that everything gets covered in our flour mix. And then after that, we are going to get any excess flour off of them as we drop them into a pot of hot peanut oil at 375 degrees. We're going to drop these chicken strips in there and make sure that we throw them away so that we don't get any splashback from the oil and burn ourselves. And then once they reach 165 degrees internally, or after about 7 or 8 minutes, we're going to take them out and continue with the rest of our chicken. Now, while our chicken tenders cook, we are going to make something to dip them in, and traditionally you can definitely say that a buffalo sauce such as this requires a blue cheese dressing, but I do not have any blue cheese or gorgonzola or nothing in my house. Jesus, it is a pandemic, so we are going to be blasphemous and make a ranch dressing. You may recognize this ranch dressing from the chicken bacon ranch casserole episode, except this one will have no cannabis in it. It is a cup of sour cream and mayo, and then a 1/4 teaspoon of garlic powder, onion powder, celery salt, and cracked black pepper. Then we're going to take 2 teaspoons of dill, finely chop that up, and throw it into the mix, and then we're going to mix everything up until it has transformed itself magically into ranch dressing. You may also add a couple teaspoons of buttermilk here if you like, but again, the pandemic's got me fresh out of buttermilk. And now we're going to toss our chicken strips in our buffalo sauce, and I'm going to use about 2 tablespoons of sauce here, because if you remember, we have about 5 milligrams of THC per tablespoon in there, so this should give us about 10 milligrams per serving. We're going to toss all of our chicken tenders in the sauce until they are thoroughly coated And then we are going to place them onto a bowl or a plate, and then place a healthy dollop of our very blasphemous ranch dressing. And if you wanted to get a little fancy here, just to like a garnish over the top of the chicken tenders, you could definitely chop up a little bit of green onion, throw them over there. But I think for us, this looks great. I'm gonna give it a taste, and these really are my favorite thing in the world. I might not tell anybody that they're ready yet. I might just have a moment to myself. All right, everybody, thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. If you are curious and you want to know more about any of the math that I use in the Cannabis Kitchen videos, then please go to thecannabiskitchen.net. Go to the dosage page and fill out the form on the page to receive your free ebook copy of the Cannabis Kitchen's helpful, friendly dosage book. In it, you will find the equations and information on all the math that I use in the Cannabis Kitchen videos. You'll be able to learn how to do things like change the potency of the recipes that I make in the videos. Also, if you have like a recipe at home that you think that you can stick some cannabis in there and you're excited about it, it'll teach you how to calculate how much of the flower you need to put into your extracting medium to get your desired outcome. So if that's something that interests you, then definitely go to thecannabiskitchen.net, go to the dosage page, and fill out the form there to receive your free ebook copy of the helpful, friendly dosage book. And if you are the type of person that goes and makes these things that you watch in these videos online, then I want to see what you made. Show me your beautiful work of art at the.cannabis.kitchen on the Instagrams. And yeah, other than that, thank you again so much for watching. If you're still listening right now, then you are away from the computer and can't reach the next button, or you are one of the best people on the planet Earth. So no matter what, I think you're great, and I will see you next time.